Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. I don't know if it's that cool. I'm going to try to make it a little bit better this time. But the video is about doing this, but it's really about making this and having spaces between them. I'm making a six-sided polygon. I'm going to show you two ways, kind of a new way I've started doing it, but this is the old way. Just draw you some lines and go to the center. And then you have a cube and you could fill them in and move them over. And then I used to fill them all in, but now I can control D, move the center rotation to here and rotate it 120 degrees and then control D. And you have a cube with four boxes. But I've started kind of playing around and doing it this way. Take a six-sided polygon, make a duplicate of that, and just take this with your four-sided arrow right there, and there's that shape, the exact same shape. So now we can do the same thing. Control D and make a duplicate. You've got to move the center rotation of that node. I don't know if this is any faster, but I really think it might be. So now I'm off a little bit somehow. What did I do wrong? Look at that, my corners weren't perfect. So that was because I didn't put this thing right on that edge. And then this way I'm gonna get good corners. And then you could actually, if you wanted to, left click, right click, maybe make it a little bit easier to put the node, put the node on that node, or put the marker on that node, and then rotate it 120 degrees. Sometimes you don't have to do this, but then make another duplicate and make it that. Now I'm going to try to make the colors a little bit better this time. I'm still going to use red, but I'm going to hold down the control key and add a little black. Ooh, I must have hit. I'm going to add a couple clicks of black. This one, I'm actually going to add some white. I'm holding down the control button. I'm trying to make them quite a bit different. Then this one, I'm just going to use the interactive fill tool. And you could do anything to this. I mean, you don't have to go along with what I'm saying. You just want a little bit of black. Now I'm going to go ahead and group that together, Control G. One thing I really didn't do is well, I've got a copy of it right here. So I've got this right here, and if we nudge that over, it's right on top. So I'm going to go to Effects and Contour. I'm going to contour the outside just one time in red. I could do, you know what, let's do a little bit less. Let's go like 0.25. Then break the contour apart and grab that smaller one and put it out of the way and grab the bigger one. And you see we have a contour line around that block. I'm going to go ahead and Control G and group it all together. I'm going to go ahead and make it something manageable, so I'm going to make it 6 inches. I've got my nudge factor set on 6, so I can Control D. And by making that a 1/4 inch, now they're really a 1/2 inch apart. But then you can Control G, Control D, and move this down to here, and it'll snap right to it. Now, you could Control D and keep going, but I like doing it this way, grouping all this together, Control G, Control D, and then just moving it down one time. Moving it down one time and have it snap to it, and then Control D again, and they're going, well, it didn't work. Normally it will go right to it. There we go. Now, I want to get rid of that red line. I don't want it in my graphic, so I'm going to ungroup all, and I'm going to grab one of those red lines. And I'm going to go to edit and find and replace, find select from selection, find all, and hit delete. I got rid of all my red lines. I still don't like my colors of my blocks. I'm going to Control G to group that. I'm going to go ahead and hit P, put it in the center of the page. Then I'm going to open up, well, I'm going to put a circle around there first. And I'm going to hit P. You need to be at a, and you should be because it was the last thing you created, you need to be able to see the red circle. With the red circle selected, go to Effects and Lens, and then pick Fisheye. It'll give you that right there. And then you can change it and make it 200. I don't like doing that. Let's see if we just do 50 or 75. That looks pretty good. Then you got to freeze it. It's called frozen. And then when you do that, it'll be like that. Now, there is no white background behind our block, but for some reason, when you use the fisheye effect, there's a white background. So if you like that, that's fine. But if you don't, if you will click on it and go to Object, Group, and Ungroup, and then click on the white and just hit delete. So you the white's still there because I have my page is white. And then it really looks pretty cool if you kind of stare at it, or the blocks coming out or are they going in. I'm still not impressed with my coloration. So maybe you can do a better job, but you could still, you've got the blue selected. You could use the interactive fill tool, just swipe across, go up to elliptical and put that in the center. And then you kind of got like a glow in the center. Let's make it black. Of course, the interactive fill tool went away. Well, I'm having trouble getting back to the center. It might be because I did so much. There it is. And then no, that's still not elliptical. There's elliptical. See, it kind of make it look like it's shining. Take all that way. I don't know. It's just a couple of different processes I wanted to show off. If you kind of look at it, it still looks like the blocks are coming out, but sometimes it looks like that block is going inwardly. Anyway, hope that gave you an idea or two, and thank you for watching.